Demmel, who, if you don't know, is Machine Head's original lead guitarist. He's been like a hired gun for a lot of different bands, but he talks about two things in this, and one of them is Megadeth and also Dimebag. So I thought it was newsworthy. I was looking for, so props to the Metal Forge podcast who got this news. I was actually looking for the podcast because I was going to take a clip from their podcast and I couldn't find it. I was like, yo, this is because it clicks through to their page. But anyway, former Machine Head and Violence guitarist Phil Demmel spoke about his reputation as something of an in-demand session man for veteran metal outfits, having previously filled in for musicians in Slayer, Lamb of God. Maybe anytime we say Slayer, play that. It's like when they on You Can't Do That on Television when they say I don't know and they get slimed.
Yeah.
Someone says Lamb of God, Overkill, and Testament, among other bands. He said, in part, there are gigs I can't do. When Kiko was gone from Megadeth and everybody's like, oh, there's a spot for Demmel and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no way. And it's not Dave. It's not Dave. A Mustaine thing, because I get along great with Dave. Him and I have got a cool mutual respect thing, and he's always treated me very well. I'm just not capable of doing that gig, which is kind of cool to say. There's just solos that I physically could not pull off under all those judging eyes. The Pantera thing is another thing where my name was popping up just as people were saying, oh, blah, 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 I couldn't do that gig. There's no way I would do that gig. They got the right guy for that gig. Too many judging eyes, and it doesn't matter who it was going to be. But in my eyes, and I can only speak for myself, I am 100% accepting of that. I haven't seen it. I'm hoping that it's a big celebration and a tribute to the brothers. They're playing arenas. Elaborating on Pantera's decision to have Zakk Wylde to play Dimebag's parts on the Reformed band's ongoing tour, Phil said, I get asked, who do I think could play this stuff? And there's three guys I think would absolutely nail it playing it. That's Ola England from The Haunted, Wes Hauck from Glass Casket and The Faceless, and Reese Scruggs, who's now, I've heard of Ola England, the other two guys I've never heard of, who's now playing in Machine Head, but he's from Havoc. And those three guys, they can play it. But does an arena full of Pantera fans want to watch that person play that, though? Or do they want to see the reigning Thor of guitar, which is Zakk Wylde, our torchbearer for this generation in my eyes? That's what I want to see. So I thought that was great commentary from Phil Demmel on the Pantera thing. Demmel went on to say that criticism leveled at Wylde for not reproducing Dimebag's parts perfectly is unwarranted. He's catching some stuff for, oh, he's not muting this way, and he's not doing, it's like, man, give the dude a break. He said, enjoy the tribute and enjoy the celebration. Phil isn't singing like he was back in the day. Rex isn't playing like he was back in the day, but this is who we are now at 60 years old. And enjoy this celebration and be a part of it, man. 2 months ago, Zakk spoke to Australia's Heavy about his approach to playing parts originally written and recorded by Dimebag. And this is also really good. The 57-year-old musician who is close friends with the Pantera guitarist said, you play the songs. I mean, obviously, I'm going to play how I play, but you stay faithful to the songs. If Dime was doing the same thing for me, if he was filling in for Ozzy and Dime was playing the solo to No More Tears, no matter what, if he played it note for note, it would still have Dime's touch and Dime's feel on his tone. So yeah, it's going to be this. It'd be the same thing. It's no different than when we were doing Ozzy stuff. When I'm playing Mr. Crowley, you stay faithful to what Randy Rhoads wrote. Same thing when I do Jake E. Lee's stuff. I stay faithful to Jake's solo and Bark at the Moon and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was we talked a lot about the Pantera reunion. And that was some good commentary on that, I thought, because that's such a great point. It's like, no matter who, the guitarist that plays the stuff is going to have, like, he has a feel.
Put their own name on it, but
yeah, I mean, like,
but they're not going to butcher the original,
right? Because when I see Zakk playing the Dime stuff, sometimes I'm like, oh, Dime would have played it a little heavier here or that, but it's like the English, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like, that's all your own. Like, you can't change that.
It's a little accent.
Yeah. It's never going to be the same. So
yeah.